Hi, in this episode we're going to cover Amazon Seller Tips. Amazon Seller Central, it's an amazingly powerful selling tool, but like all platforms, it's going to come with a cost of doing business. Their commission rates range from 8% on small items up to $14.99 in price and 15% on everything over that. That being said, it's a tremendous way to sell your products to a vast audience around the country and even around the world if you set your account up for international selling. Amazon provides countless articles for their partners. I recommend reviewing and understanding the basics behind their rules, regulations, and policies. The more you know, the better you will do with them. So check those out in your Seller Central account. They have a laundry list of articles in there for you to read. Selling on Amazon is very simple at a small level, but as you start to scale, it becomes increasingly more complex. And this is really not intended to be overly comprehensive, but more on how-to on getting started. We'll cover some major details at a high level, but for more information on how robust their solution is, contact your Seller Central account and or refer to your Seller Central account. There's a help center that can walk you through all sorts of processes and different options that they have. So there's enough to really get a college degree on there. So I'm going to just stick to some basics to help your account stay healthy. Building up a successful account on Amazon requires time and patience, backed by good performance. So have pride in your Amazon account and really work to build it up to greatness. First, how do you get your stuff on Amazon? How are you getting your listings on Amazon? Are you doing it direct? If so, List-or-Not has a powerful tool to help you get tons of products listed very quickly up and on Amazon. But that's just the beginning of what we're going to go through here. Just because an item is on Amazon doesn't mean you're going to be able to sell it. So many brands require brand approval, which may come in the form of what they call an apply to sell. Some brands will allow you to add transparency codes or invoices, brand approval letters to get approved. And this information would all be requested from the brand and or from your supplier. So keep those invoices if you need them to get brand approval. If you have an aged account, it's ungated, then you probably won't need these tips. But as you're building up, you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way, applying to sell on anything that requires that, and then maintaining your invoices should your account get flagged for any reason. Once you submit this apply to sell, it goes off for review. You're either going to be approved or denied based on what you turn in. So you may need to submit a number of times to get the approval that you want. You're going to need to come up with an invoice with multiples of the same item. It's going to have to show some item level detail so they know that that is the product. Some companies just won't approve you to sell their products. It doesn't matter who you are, how big you are, how old you are. Some companies out there do have brand protection standards that they don't let anyone but their authorized, buddy list sell their products. So keep that in mind as you're buying and ensure that you are approved to sell before placing a large order on a product that you otherwise might not be able to sell on other platforms. So refer to your help desk in Amazon Seller Central if you can't get approved, and they'll be very helpful in terms of telling you what you need to add and what you've missed in some cases. But it is very cut and dry. Sometimes people want you to sell their product, other times they don't, and it can become very challenging. So this is, sounds bad, but we're going to start out with the challenges because if you go in blind, it can hurt your sales velocity, it can help your startup, and it can hurt your pockets if you bought a truckload of a product you can't even sell on Amazon. So when purchasing, request invoices from suppliers in the event that you need those to apply to sell. You also will need those to appeal a case if they say it's a counterfeit product. Without test buy, and it's legit, but you're just going to get flagged because that's what some brands will do when they don't have their brand protection set up correctly on the site. So make sure you're getting those invoices and saving them. Not all brands are as strict as others are, but some brands will allow you to sell against them online. Other brands won't. So spend a little bit of time researching what you can and can't sell on Amazon as you get started. Right out of the gate, it's going to be very difficult. You're not going to be allowed to sell much in the course of your first 30, 60, 90 days even, while you build up, a successful heartbeat. So you're going to need good feedback, timely shipping. You're going to need to check all the boxes for them before they start to ungate you and allow you to run free. Another complexity of selling on Amazon and any other channel for that reason is it's health and safety concerns, right? Some products are prohibited to sell, such as hazmat, certain chemicals, firearms, and more. So knowing the rules and policies on Amazon is imperative, and it's an ongoing education even for the most seasoned of sellers out there. So check it early and often. As far as where to find this information, you'll go into Seller Central, you'll go into the Help Hub for reference. So know the basics and be honest with them and be honest with yourself. Protect your brand and any potential buyer from a bad experience. Selling on Amazon will not be an overnight success story. Like I said, it does take time. So you'll be vetted over those first 30 days. And Amazon's going to be monitoring some standards to ensure you're a seller at the caliber they demand, and that you remain in good standing. So my advice to brand new accounts is always to start out like Amazon did and throw a couple books on there. Get the books selling and shipped out on time, and prove that you know what you're doing, but you don't have to start with books. That's a nice way if you're starting from scratch out of the garage, right? Like try it that way, and you can get up and running pretty quickly. So the start of this account is really important, and they monitor it very closely. So stay diligent as you're getting started to be timely, respond to your messages, etc. So to keep your account in good standing, Amazon has what they call a performance health page that I encourage to review at least daily. Here's where you're going to see any violations of policy, and you have the option to appeal those. You can present your case and show your invoices, for example. One area that's black and white on all e-commerce channels is selling counterfeit products gets you shut down. They're going to shut you down right away. There is no leniency, and measures are constantly taken to ensure that counterfeiters are shut down. So don't do it. Don't sell close enough. Make sure you're focusing on UPC or an ASIN match if you have that, to ensure what you're selling is the real deal and it's the right product, the right brand, everything. You don't want it to be close enough because it will get you in trouble. So adding products that they're similar, right? Look and size and color or anything else, not good enough. It needs to be an exact match to avoid bad feedback and policy violations. Selling expired products, also a no-no. If you have expired products to sell, find another channel. Online auctions, eBay, you can put in the expiration date. So not on Amazon though, don't do that. Intellectual property violations are another thing. These are taken very seriously as well. Product authenticity, those complaints, product condition complaints, food and product safety issues, restricted product violations, customer reviews, and other policy violations, not as serious, but when you're starting out, everything's serious. So make sure you're staying on top of things. Don't do counterfeit. Intellectual property can come up, so make sure you keep your invoices so that you can prove you are selling authentic products and that you bought them through an honest channel. If you do get a violation, you can check the performance notifications and see who did it. There's an email address usually that shows the party that submitted the violation, and you can ask for what's called a retraction of that violation. So you'll need to provide an invoice, a letter explaining what happened and how you prevent this. You'll prevent this from happening again. But sometimes they'll take it down, sometimes they won't. But keep those invoices; it'll help you in the long run. There's more than maintaining good standing on Amazon, and this is very much in your control. So things such as customer service performance, these are measured in regards to your timeliness to responding to messages. So all your messages that you get on Amazon, you have to reply within 24 hours or it's flagged as a late response, and will hurt you as you start. It'll hurt you in the long run too. They're constantly measuring this on a rolling report card. So ensure that you're responding to messages every day, 24 hours after you, or 24 hours is the end of the time that you can respond without getting a violation. So do it promptly, at the same time every day, and you'll be good. Negative feedback is measured, so make sure you ship out on time, communicate well, and that the products are always as described. So if you ship out a used product and you said it was new, you're going to get bad feedback, and you're probably going to get a return too. So make sure you're being thorough with your quality control processes. Chargeback claims also measured, so maintain a good shipping team to ensure that when your product ships out, it arrives in great condition and as described. Chargeback claims are also a measurement that's monitored. Shipping performance, this is measured, and you need to ensure that whatever standards you've set up through your policies are met or bested on every product you ship out. Cancellation rates, these are also monitored, so don't cancel orders unless you absolutely have to. If you're out of stock, you can't find it anywhere else. I mean, do whatever you can to get a product shipped out, and if you have to cancel, make sure you have good reason. You have some leniency there, but they're going to monitor this, and you want to maintain an A+ rating, otherwise they start to squeeze the account or may suspend you. All of these standards, they're on a rolling report card that allow both the customer and Amazon to track packages. Lastly, valid tracking rates must be provided to allow both your customer and Amazon to track the packages and ensure that they're on time and arrive in the window that you say that they would. So that's where your policies come into play. You can monitor your report card on performance health every day. Make sure you're always in good standing. You'll also get performance notifications sent to your account email, your main account email, and in the performance notifications page on Amazon. Just like any brick and mortar store that you'd want to sell in, Amazon has very high standards to provide excellent customer experience. So stay on top of these things, and your account should always be in good standing and thrive. Now that you have products for sale on Amazon, how do you go about selling them? For the most part, the heavy lifting is going to be done by Amazon, but there are some tips to help stand out and help your products sell over the competition. So first, refer to Course 8 on that Amazon ranking process. Know what's hot and what might not be. Then focus on your pricing. Pricing is huge and drives sales velocity, so ensure that you're managing that pricing. Cover your margins, as I say in Course 8 as well, because you don't want to give things away. You don't want to go into the red because you're not being smart about how you're doing your pricing. Shipping is always included on the pricing on Amazon, well, for the most part, on competitive situations. So make sure you take that into consideration when you're listing your products. Always know what you have in a product and sell it for what you need to ensure profitability, or get it on a different channel. If you want to put it on a different channel other than Amazon, that's fine. Sometimes you might need to do that because you're not allowed to sell it on Amazon, and that's okay. You want to have as many different platforms running it all at once to sell products consistently. Some products, they might be better suited for you to sell on another channel. That's just how it goes. So keep your options open. Once you get a hang of Amazon, though, it's incredibly user-friendly. It allows you to make pricing updates quickly and stay competitive. It gives you that helpful ranking tool to see what products are selling, what are hot, what are not. This can be a great tool for deciding what to buy and really where to buy, what price to buy for. It really is a solid way to stay on top of things and make sure that you're selling high-ranking items. Items that are not ranked, these are not always dead in the water. Many times they just haven't been on there long enough, so there might be an audience out there looking for that unique item, and if you have it for sale, they can purchase it from you. But there's really no rhyme or reason that I can give you, because Amazon doesn't have an algorithm based yet on those items, so you'll have to wait for that to come out. But we've put products out there that aren't ranked and they sell just fine, so get it on as many channels as you can. When it comes to ranking, we've put together a calculator to really know what products are hot and how fast they'll sell. So if you have products that are ranked, say at 100,000 or less, you're probably going to see about a sale per day on those items. If they're ranked 10,000 or less, you're looking at more around 25 sales per day. This is based on our experience alone. But 1,000 item or 1,000 ranking, ranked under 1,000 is going to sell about 100 items a day. Ranked 100 or less, you're looking at 500 orders a day. And then if it's under 10, you can see anywhere from many hundreds to thousands of sales per day. So be ready for that. Make sure that your inventory management is on point, because you don't want to oversell by 50 items, have to go out and source it to not get shut down and lose all your margin on having to do that. So work with a good company that has inventory management, because you don't want to get caught without it. You can plug it direct into Amazon, and then you don't need the inventory management. They do it for you. But if you're working outside of Amazon and on multiple channels, you need to make sure inventory management is tight. The more good products you have for sale, the more likely you are to make sales. So it's a great rule for fulfilled by merchant, called FBM. So if you pick, pack, and ship those yourself, you're FBM. FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. It's a powerful tool, allows you to send your products into Amazon, and they pick, pack, and ship on your behalf, only faster, right? And it's really clean and nice. You've seen the packages from Amazon. FBA typically will get you a Prime badging and a next day or 2-day delivery to the customer, so that's pretty sweet. It can also help you gain the buy box on products, which means your product shows up first for the customer when they go to click on an item. Adhering to sending in only highly ranked products to FBA will help your account stay healthy. It will lower the fees they charge you, because they will start to charge you fees after 180 days if the product just sits there. So it's not a way just to get them out of your warehouse and hope they sell. They will start to charge you there ultimately in the real estate business as well. So for example, if you send some 10,000 packs of off-brand screws to FBA, hope to clear out your space and get some money back, they just sit there, and then ultimately they're going to start hitting you with rent fees and storage fees, as they call them. Sending in top-ranked items is amazing. So they do all the work for you. There is an increased fee to just the 15%, but it is comparable to the labor you're going to put in to pick, pack, and ship it yourself. So dive in and see what that is. You can familiarize yourself with FBA on Seller Central, of course, and they will give you a lot of information on how to do it and get up and running. Another option is drop shipping. So drop shipping on Amazon, it's a phenomenal tool, but it comes with some rules and regulations. So familiarize yourself with these before you do buy anything. And a reference for their guidelines can be found also on the Seller Central. So a lot of people, claiming to get rich quick with the drop shipping and the FBA, and you can, of course, but you want to make sure that you know what you're doing before you jump in. If you're going to do it on your own, you can pay somebody 30 grand out there to teach you the way, or you can do it yourself by having a little diligence to do some homework, dig in, find out what do you have to do to drop ship. They're pretty black and white with their rules and restrictions. So hopefully all this info doesn't deter you from selling on Amazon, because it's a very powerful and amazing tool once it gets up and running. Some care, self-education goes a long way to help you boost your sales tremendously in short order. We want you to be successful, and so we're sharing the trials and tribulations first. We've seen it all. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? But be honest, do the right thing, and adhere to their policies, and you'll be thrilled with how their program performed. There's really nothing to it but to do it on Amazon. If you have any more questions, more specific questions, please reach out at listerknot.com, and thank you for watching.